Welcome to Technology and Education. Today I'm Richard Smith.
And I'm Caroline Crawford, and we are coming to you from the University of Houston Clear Lake in Houston, Texas, USA.
We're talking about video and how effective it is in teaching.
Wahoo!
Wahoo indeed. You know, there's a lot of video that goes on in courses these days, especially online courses.
There absolutely is. The open ones as well as the ones that are behind firewalls and such. There's a lot of multimedia components.
In particular, in online courses, but also in face-to-face courses. And usually the big question is, how effective is the use of video in these courses? Should we use video, or is it better off, are we better off using texts and visits to websites and all sorts of other, maybe some group work and so on and so forth?
I think it depends upon the instructional design. There's nothing wrong with presenting information through a video format as long as you have different points of information to pull from. You have the readings, you have a video component with a talking head instructor speaking, or pulling in media from television and YouTube and all those really interesting components that enhance the knowledge base, enhance the discussion. That I don't see a problem with at all.
Well, you know, pulling in the video from YouTube is one thing, but actually it's related. But most of the video I think that's pulled in from YouTube tends to be produced by others who actually know what they're doing.
I don't know what you're saying, but okay.
Well, where I kind of question it is where the instructor who is creating the course also creates the video. And now there, I think you can get into a problem.
Why would there be a problem with that? Oh, you mean like when we first started working with video and you would make fun of me and try to get me to stop moving around like I do, and all these other different aspects, just sit there and speak slowly.
I did not make fun of her that much.
That much? That's not true. It's a learning process.
It is a learning process. And you know, what you just brought up is very important, because much of the video produced by classroom instructors and professors at colleges and universities,
we're classroom instructors as well,
is talking head. And if you have a talking head video, it would seem that it's a very easy thing to do, but in fact it's kind of tricky.
It's horrid,
because you know, if we look at the Today Show or other shows on television, which are a talk show, the View, for instance. And they're
always cutting from person to person and speaking over each other, and
but they all speak very well.
The videographers are good.
They all speak very well. Yes, there are a variety of shots in those videos, and the people speak without hesitation. It looks very, very simple. But when you
that's talent.
And that is talent. Yes, that's talent. But when you are an instructor and you have not made videos and you haven't really
viewed yourself on video, it's a horribly tragic thing to see.
It can be. It absolutely.
Okay, it is for me. I speak like that. I say that much. Oh, horrid.
Well, we don't realize how we speak, and if you just have your own home video camera on you and you begin speaking, the tendency is to think that you did really well
until you look at it.
And sometimes, I think a lot of times people look at it and they still think that they did really well, and that goes into the course. And what they don't realize is that they may have mannerisms which are detracting from their presentation. They may not be speaking very clearly, although they think they're speaking clearly. They also may be speaking at a pace that is too rapid or too slow. There's any number of things that go in there.
Well, you are just going down the checklist of everything you've been trying to teach me not to do. Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome. There's any number of things that can affect the quality of a video as far as instruction is concerned when you're doing it on your own. And unless you have somebody working with you who knows what he or she is doing, who can rehearse you and critique you, you're going to have a problem. And that even goes to the lighting and the audio. In instructional videos, the tendency is for the instructor, at least these days, to sit in front of his or her computer, turn on the camera that is associated with the computer, and then
go for it.
And go for it. And then you get this effect, where the person is sort of talking up into the air at the computer, although...
well, I do that too, and I notice that my eyes are always moving as well, because I guess I'm a little deaf or something, because I watch your mouth when you're speaking, but I want to look at your eyes as well to see if you're engaging or not. So it's really, it looks horrible on film.
The camera placement is important, because when you are when you're looking up, you're not looking at the screen, so you're not really engaging anybody who is watching you. That's kind of an interesting phenomenon. That has to do with camera placement. But in general,
I still say it comes back around to instructional design. Great that you're integrating video, but why? What's the point behind it? What's the reasoning? What's the instructional design objective?
yes, I absolutely agree with you, because in video, there's a difference between video and writing and text.
True.
In text, the idea is to tell the story. But in video, and film for that matter, the idea is that you show a story. And what happens is that people who are new to video and have never gone to a video school, for instance, or never taken a course in video, don't quite realize that. And what they tend to do is they use video to tell a story rather than showing the story. So it gets to be very, very, very talky. Now, in our presentation here, we sort of work to overcome that, even though we are a video presentation and we're talking, but we use the interaction between the two of us to create part of the interest.
Charm?
Charm. And Caroline's obvious charm is.
I'm the nitwit on the side. You're the smart one.
And,
Thanks, Richard. You never tell me no, that's not true.
and of course, this is just a one-camera setup with three lights. But in most other cases, people
There are
forget
multiple
about it.
shots and
But in really high-quality shows, yes, there's going to be usually several cameras. There will be there's an editing involved, and most classroom instructors, whether at the college level or the high school level, or the intermediate school level, they're not going to do it for a number of reasons, not the least of which it takes time.
well, consider
to
it's
do that.
very similar to slideshows. When people started developing slideshows with PowerPoint or whatever product they were using, you saw every single screen
Actually,
had a different transition and different colors, and it didn't make sense, and it was just overwhelming.
It was overwhelming. But actually, the first slideshows I used were with Kodak projectors and 35mm slides. That was a
Oh, you're
slideshow.
talking about?
So
Yeah,
that was
me
a-
too. That wasn't that long ago.
And
Oh,
those,
that's sad.
and those could go on forever, slide after
They
slide.
did forever.
Especially those family vacation ones. But yes, so bottom line is, I think that a well-done video production that fits in a good instructional design.
And short and sweet and to the point. It doesn't have to be 5 hours in length to get the point.
Yes, and those are the things that are important in a basic video production. So I think we've reached the end of this discussion. We've covered, I can't say we've covered all the bases in video production, but we've covered some of the basic bases.
Well, the whole concept behind why are you integrating video into a course environment is basically where we've been going. Why are you doing it? Are you pulling in someone else's information into the instructional design of your course information?
Precisely.
Are you developing your own? Why are
Precisely.
you developing your own? And think about these aspects
and
of
you know
it.
when we're going to discuss that?
Next time.
Next time. I'm Richard Smith.
I'm Caroline Crawford. Again, we're coming to you from the University of Houston Clear Lake in Houston, Texas, USA. Bye!